Going into this fight, how many people would have thought that there would have been any chance that we'd have been talking about Abdullah Mason getting dropped twice in the first round? I mean, if I would have told you this fight ends in the second round, stoppage, once again, Abdullah Mason, you'd have said, of course it does. Of course it does. We've seen this man step into the ring 15 times, come out with 15 victories, 13 of them ended early. No surprise, no big deal that we're talking about another one where he ends up with a stoppage in the second round. But 2 knockdowns in the first round. Man, nobody saw that coming. He's a huge favorite coming into this one. This, Johan Vasquez was looked at as overmatched, and the first jab that I saw Mason through, it's so sharp, man. It's so clean. That thing just goes out there like a spear, and you're like, oh my God, man, look at how nasty that is. And it's just, then he comes over with a counter right hook, and once again we see him just, the guy looks like he is. He's a phenom. He's a phenomenal fighter. And I'm watching him do his work, and all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, just like a lightning bolt, he gets caught with that left hook. And it's like, whoa. None of us saw it coming. His corner didn't see it. The promoter didn't see it. He didn't see it. Nobody. I bet you Vasquez didn't see that coming. The way he was reacting in the corner, the way and as geeked as he was getting, he realized how big of an opportunity that could possibly be. But we saw Mason recover, right? He ends up scoring a beautiful knockdown of his own with this counter uppercut. Ends up getting dropped again. I'm like, oh my God, man, where is this thing going? How's this going to end? But I'll tell you what, when it's all said and done, phenomenal learning experience for the young man.
I could push through it.
This was only his 16th fight. He's still under 25 years old. He has yet to really rock it all the way to the tippy top of the division. And where we're talking about him fighting the best of the best, lightweight is a stacked division, man. It is absolutely stacked with talent. There's a reason that you hold off. Okay, for people that were already talking about him, he should be getting a world title shot and he should be doing this. There's a reason the promoter and the manager and everybody who's advising him looks at a young guy like that, and that's like, whoa, pump the brakes a little bit, dude, hold off. There's no need to all of a sudden jump in there with the biggest, best of the division yet. We don't need to push it. Because I've talked in the past about what can possibly happen to a guy if you turn around and you get a loss on his record too early, how that could potentially hamper him and all the different things. Build up the experience, man. Let it go. And this is the exact type of thing you need, because there is all kinds of fighters up to and including a guy like Floyd Mayweather who have been tested earlier in their career, who used that as a learning experience, who came back and did phenomenal stuff. When it's all said and done, what you want to see from a young dude is when he gets pushed, because you're going to get pushed. Even though you're going in there and you're fighting a guy where you're this massive favorite, there's things that are going to happen. And look at these knockdowns. He had good technique. He was up there. He had the hand up. It wasn't like he was coming into his hands down. He wasn't lackadaisical with things. He wasn't showboating and doing something and getting caught in bad situations. He was showing good technique, but sometimes in a game of inches, things can happen, and that short left hook comes in and he ends up getting dropped twice about it. But the thing was, he responded. And he responded in a way that you want to see, because he comes in and he didn't all of a sudden completely try to change up his game plan and do something that he wasn't comfortable with. He goes in there, man, he stalks, he hunts people down, he's aggressive, he gets them out of there. We saw him do it. He wants to go in there and throw sharp, hard punches, be in a guy's face, be accurate. He still was able to maintain and do that. That's the way that he plays the game, and he continued to go in there. He didn't get scared, he didn't back off, he didn't try to do something and become a man that he wasn't, overly defensive or something along those lines. He went in there and maintained his cool as much as he could, still stayed within his style, and went in there and got the guy out of there. That's how you want to see a guy respond to adversity. So phenomenal learning experience and opportunity for Abdullah Mason. And hopefully, let's think about this, man, for 1 second. He's just dripping swagger. Like, you see him, he's got the little bounce coming out to the ring, and the man's earned it. He's gone out there and he's done awesome stuff, and everybody's just been building him up. Think about all the stuff that you've been hearing about him for like the last year, maybe 18 months. All of that, he realizes where he's at and all the hard work that he's been putting in, and all of it is how it's been paying off and where he's going to go. And all of a sudden, he goes out there and he gets dropped twice in the first one. Probably never been dropped ever before, even in the amateurs. It's just going to be an incredible wake-up call. My guess is that he's going to go back to the drawing board, and dude's going to come out more laser focused and sharper than ever, and we're gonna continue to see phenomenal things from him. So let me know what you think. Were you as surprised as I was that he got dropped by? Did you think eventually something like this was going to happen? Do you think this was a situation where he came in overconfident, slipped on the technique, something happened along those lines? And how do you think he's going to respond from it and what we're going to see next? Let me know.